and welcome to another Watcher of Realms video, and in this video we are going to be running GR2 Stage 21. This strategy can also be used on Stage 20 and 19. They are exactly the same stage, just obviously a little bit harder on Stage 21, the hardest possible for the actual gear rate. And we're going to be using Vierna as our main damage dealer. She is on rate up this weekend. She's a very good character. If you're newer to the game, if you are still haven't actually completed GR2-21, she is a character to complete it. And I would say out of the two best characters for this, in my opinion, are Hatsa and Vierna. They're definitely the easiest characters to do this on. They can have the weakest possible gear, whereas other characters need much more powerful gear to actually get things done. As you can see, we've got quite a basic lineup. If you do have a Lord, 100% use it. I'm just going to have Laurel here. I'm not going to place Laurel. It's just to have her, a slot taken up. But if you have a Lord, obviously, put Vierna down here, have the Lord, and get a little bit of a boost. 10% attack or whatever it is from epics. It's nice if you've somehow got a legendary Lord, even better. We are also going to utilize Na'vi, obviously, for her cost generation. But periodically, we will, pop her ult, try and time it so that she gives inspiration to Vierna. You can obviously use Dolores, which I've got here as well, and it gives a much bigger boost. But this is just to show you how it was with the most basic boost. If you don't have Dolores, you still have to obviously have the gear. Her attack's very low, so she's not going to be giving massive amount of attack. It's just to show you the potential. The higher her attack, the better. So just get her as high as possible. You would have to level her up to get her attack the best. I have not got invigoration on her on purpose because I don't want to invigorate anyone by accident. So we're just going to kick things off. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place Na'vi. And this is just because cost is going to be a problem with Vierna. Out of the more viable attack characters, she is extremely expensive. We'll just place her down. And then the second we can, we'll do Na'vi's ultimate. Unfortunately, if we have it on auto, it doesn't do it. And then with Decimus, we'll push the first enemy back. Just give us another second or so. And then when he raises his hammer, we can sell Decimus. And also, this is a good indication on this enemy. If we can do the ultimate of Vierna straight away, he hasn't taken really any damage any other way. If you can one-shot the enemy straight away, without really doing much damage elsewhere, this is a good indication of how successful you're going to be on the rest, because that's the tankiest an enemy is on this stage, except the boss. Basically, let's fast forward it. We'll get through this stage, get a little bit of extra cost from Na'vi, and then we'll place down Decimus. He'll do a couple of slams. 1, 2, 3. Speed it up a little bit. There we go. We'll put down Olag. Now the good thing about this as well is Vierna doesn't need a second tank on this right hand side on this first phase. So you save quite a lot of cost doing this, which is actually great. You can put down her. I'm not sure if she's going to generate actually quick enough. When these two turn the corner, we'll do the ultimate here of Dolores just to get the buff. And then when these next two turn the corner, we'll just do the ultimate straight away. So about here, and then you can see they're all in range, and they're all dead. It's that quick. I think Vierna is the quickest person on this stage. The second wave. The next one's harder. But I don't think there are too many characters that are good at this. Maybe if you had a really cracked out Idril would be good because she can attack anyone anywhere. But generally speaking, you're waiting for the people who are coming from the sides, which is great. Okay, we'll just place down the unyielding characters. Speed up a little bit more. There we go. And we'll put down Volker, we'll sell him. And as you can see, I've not placed Laurel yet. We'll put down her. She should be able to tank the damage, but if you haven't got a tank, you could even use Dagna in this case, and they could just get taken out. you would have to have a tank in Laurel's spot instead, basically. But if you have a tank like this, you can heal them up. Just the first character you place, obviously being Vortex, just make sure you don't put him next to the tank, otherwise the AoE will hit the tank and it's more problems than you need to deal with. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll wait until these guys turn the corner. We'll do Dolores ult, just to be safe. It's easy timing this way. And then the second these guys go into the straight, we can do the ult, and it just wipes everything. Pretty standard. Try and seal the Northerners first, especially if you have the Northerners upgrade where they get -5 seconds, just because they are the ones you're going to have to place. To tank, you can place Vierna like 5-10 seconds later, it doesn't matter. As long as the tanks are down to stop the boss, it's fine. On the next phase, we have to wait for 2 slams here. Flash. Oh, I might have messed this one up. That's not too much of a problem. That's not a problem. That one can be a bit finicky sometimes, especially when I'm playing full screen on a monitor. It's not the best. Not the best. Okay, we'll sell him. And we'll just put down Volker. Laurel's still not being placed. I'm sorry, Laurel. And as the boss gets to the portal, kind of standard, put down Decimus. He'll kill Decimus. He might time out. You just basically got to wait till the boss goes enraged. I think most people know how this one works. There we go. He did time out. The second his enrage is finished, put down him. Put down the healer as quickly as possible. And then as long as you put someone, I think basically the best place to put Dolores is here. And then put down Vierna wherever you want here. And the reason you put down Dolores here is because you can add like Volker, and like if you have a team where you put potentially Wrath in, you could have Wrath here and then the boss goes down quicker. This is the slowest stage. So having maybe Wrath instead of Laurel could be good. And then I'm just gonna pop stuff off. I'll do ×2 here. As long as your Olag's tanky, we should be okay. And then what we'll do is we'll just put some characters down. Just don't place anyone on top of the boss. He can kind of turn and then sometimes can re-enrage sometimes. There we go. And that's how you do it with Vierna. I'll show you her gear. Her gear's decent, but this is stage 21. It's got, I think she's got 2 ancients, at least 2. But they're not of a like crazy set. Soulbound Arcana does not work on this because Soulbound Arcana you'd have to proc 5 times every time you place her to get her buff up. So the pieces we've got on her are really basic. They're Wisdom, which is nice. Okay, we can't show you this way. Let's go back into the roster. So if I look at Cultists, I did see her, but we'll look at Cultists. You can see she has got 2 ancients on the right hand side, but she's got Wisdom set. And the Wisdom set, what it does is, after using the ultimate, it increases her damage by 35% for 10 seconds. This is just good because it buffs her own ultimate. And that's the only thing you really need to do, is just have a big surge of damage, massive nuke. And I went for attack on every single one. That's the most important thing. So the majority of her attack, which is okay, it's just coming from these 60%, as you can see. 60, 60, 60. On the left hand side we went for mainly crit rate and attack bonus. If we could get some crit damage as well, we did. Obviously attack speed doesn't do anything, but it's just on the gear. And she hasn't got crazy high crit damage, as you can see. It's only 97%. 150 plus 200% is generally like what a lot of people can build if you've got really good gear. I didn't go for like the best pieces on this account, just some decent pieces. And I did go for a lower tier Tier Twilight. Maxing one would obviously be better. 30% is good. I think you can get away with just a tier 1 Tier Twilight on stage 19. But as you progress through, it's just going to get harder and harder. If you've got Dolores, you can maybe get away with it. Obviously, she gives a massive attack buff. I didn't really try it without the Tier Twilight with Dolores, but it could work. And the only other characters that need gear really are Dolores, just the standard, give her as much attack as possible so that her inspiration is actually good. And then the 3 Northerners that we have on the team, which was Olag. Obviously, he's in tanky gear. Try and give him as much HP as possible. He is the one who's going to tank the boss. Artifact, as good a Bastion Ring as possible, just to have negation. It's about magic and physical damage negation, so he takes less damage when he gets attacked by the boss. Same deal for Isolde here. Bastion's Ring went for a low tier 1. And then just defensive gear, not the best here, but it just shows you don't need it. She's going to get the bonus from her own Lord skill as well. And if you have the Lord, even if you use Dagna, I think it'll be fine. I could have used her. I should have used her, really. You're going to have Vortex get buffed. Vortex has got damage reduction gear because he's the one who's getting focused by the characters that are throwing the stones. So you want to have, you know, damage reduction or extremely high HP. You can probably get away with like another 10k or 5 or 10k here and not have damage reduction. But it's just the easiest way to go, especially if you've built up a lot of damage reduction sets for other content like Immortal Codex on your tanks and stuff like that. And the artifact here, I went with a Nor's Glory. It is maxed, but it just means he's got a better chance of giving himself a shield when he heals himself. And he pretty much only heals himself until you get to the boss when it's Olag. It's pretty much as simple as that. If we go back here, we can just check out Vierna again. And just check out the stats. Like I say, 100% crit. Attack as high as possible. Any crit damage you can get. Attack speed does not matter. The best artifact you can get. And you can gauge very quickly on those fights as long as you do her ultimate against the enemies at the beginning. You could probably not put down the inspiration character and just test it just to see if she does enough damage. If she can kill those without any boosts, then things like Dolores and stuff are just going to make sure of that to happen. But that's it for the guide for Vierna. If you did manage to pull her, she can get you through GR2. Obviously, she's good in other content as well, GR1 and Gear Dungeon 1. But GR2, she is one of the top 2 picks in my opinion. Like I say, her and Hatsa, top tier. Hopefully it's been useful for you. Hit the like button if it did help you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Take care. And I will see you in the next video.